Hello from Provident 10. We are the independent administrators of the Newfoundland and Labrador Public Service Pension Plan, or the PSPP, supporting over 60,000 active and retired members across the province. If you are a member of Newfoundland and Labrador's Government Money Pension Plan, or GMPP, you may be eligible to transfer your service to your Provident 10 plan, the PSPP. After you and your employer submit the Appendix A form and the verification of GMPP service form, or forms if applicable, Provident 10 will create an Appendix B form and send back to you for confirmation that you want to import your service to our plan. This step-by-step guide can help you choose the right options as you transfer your funds. Step 1. When you receive your Appendix B, please verify that your first and last names and the last 4 digits of your social insurance number are correct. Next, before we send you this Appendix B form, we'll work with Canada Life to determine how much money you have in the GMPP. The date indicates when we received the information from Canada Life. Because the GMPP is a defined contribution pension plan, the amount you have in the plan will fluctuate based on how much you contributed and how the investment market performed over time. If you decide to proceed with the transfer of funds from the GMPP to the PSPP, as confirmed in your signed and submitted Appendix B and GMPP consent forms, we will request the funds from Canada Life. This is important because the amount available at that time may be different than the amount you'll see here. In Section 3, you'll find your total service available for transfer. This is how much service you can obtain in the Public Service Pension Plan based on the period you contributed to the GMPP. Service to be credited upon transfer is the total amount of service available to you based on the funds you have in the GMPP. Remember, this is based on the date provided in Section 2. If you decide to proceed with the transfer and the funds that are transferred to us from the GMPP are different than this amount, the service you can obtain with those funds may increase or decrease as a result. You may not have enough funds to pay for all the service that you are entitled to in our plan, since contribution rates are higher in the PSPP. Service remaining and available for purchase is the service you can purchase above and beyond the service you are able to obtain with the funds you have in the GMPP. You do have the option to purchase this eligible service, which can help to optimize your pension down the road. In column C, you'll find the cost of purchasing this service. This section indicates if you have a surplus and at what amount. A surplus can appear even if the funds in the GMPP do not cover the cost of all eligible service. Since you cannot purchase a partial month, there are often some funds left over. Again, this number is based on your plan on the date that this form was created. If there's an amount listed in either of these surplus fields, you will have additional funds left over after you've transferred your eligible service. If you have service remaining and available for purchase, you can use these funds toward the purchase of this service. If you do not wish to purchase the additional service, you can request a refund of this surplus amount. You will need to choose how to apply your surplus. You can only choose one of these options, unless you have both locked and non-locked surplus amounts. If you have both types, you can make multiple selections. The surplus may be locked or non-locked, and this is determined by whether you are vested in the GMPP and/or whether you voluntarily contributed additional funds to the GMPP while you were contributing to that plan. Provident 10 does not have control over when the surplus is locked or unlocked. Since the funds are coming from the GMPP and the locking in of those funds are determined by the criteria of that pension plan, Provident 10 must abide by those criteria when issuing a refund. If your surplus amount is locked in, you can choose to have your funds deposited into a locked-in RRSP account or LIRA. If you don't have an LIRA, you will need to open one. If you choose this option, you'll need to complete a T2151 form and a locking-in agreement with your financial institution. Once we receive the completed forms, we'll send the funds to your financial institution by check. If your surplus amount is non-locked and you are not planning to purchase service, you can deposit these funds into a regular RRSP account. If you are transferring a surplus into your RRSP, you are responsible for ensuring you have contribution room available. You'll need to complete a T2151 form and a copy of your most recent notice of assessment from the CRA. The funds will be provided to your financial institution by check. A non-locked surplus account can also be deposited into your bank account if you select this option and provide us with a void check or direct deposit form. Please note that you will have to pay applicable income tax on these funds. If you change your mind about transferring your GMPP service, you can check this box. We'll cancel the case on our end and the funds in your GMPP will remain there. If you have service remaining and available to purchase, you can also select one of these options. You can either purchase 1 month only or purchase the full amount. Your surplus amount will be used towards this purchase. If you choose one of these options, we will need to send you a purchase of service contract after we receive the funds from the GMPP. Because the amount you have in the GMPP fluctuates based on how much you contribute and how the investment market performs over time, the amount we receive from the GMPP may differ from what is stated on this form. This can change the cost of any additional service being purchased. In this last section, you'll confirm your choices. Check this box to confirm that you are transferring funds from the GMPP to the Public Service Pension Plan. Then, confirm which plan you are currently contributing to. If you are already a Provident 10 member, select the Public Service Pension Plan. If you have changed your mind and are not proceeding with the transfer, please check this box. Finally, sign and date your Appendix B form. You have 45 days from the date this form was prepared to return the signed Appendix B. You'll find the expiry date here for your reference. For Provident 10 to proceed with the transfer and request the funds from Canada Life, we'll also need the signed GMPP consent form that accompanies your Appendix B form. The Government of Newfoundland and Labrador requires that both the member and their principal beneficiary sign and return this form to us at Provident 10. Therefore, submitting both forms together is ideal. If you require assistance with your Appendix B form or have any questions about transferring your GMPP service to Provident 10, we're here to help. You can contact us anytime at 1-844-247-1237. Email us at pensions@provident10.com or visit us online at provident10.com.